It is extremely hard to track this man down on fight week, but that is understandable. It is Dominance MMA head Ali Abdelaziz. And Ali, UFC 302 is quickly approaching. You have been living this fight for a few weeks. You've been in camp with Islam Makhachev. Khabib Nurmagomedov has been in the room as well. I guess just first off, man, what has been the experience of this camp with Khabib, with you in there training and cooking for the team and getting this all ready? What's this camp been like for you guys?
And listen, this is my first rodeo. I've been with these guys for 10 years, and now it's just a little bit better. We have a bigger house and nice views. Before I used to cook, stay at America's $100 hotel room. Nothing really changed. It's good to be with these guys. You know, brotherhood, really good hard work and dedication. Everybody's on point. Islam he prepared in 2 continents. He started in the mountain of Russia. He ended at the ocean of New Jersey. You know, it's the man has been on a mission. Best I ever seen him. Healthy. Everything is great. Khabib come to camp. He ignite everything, but he was starting camp with Islam. Hand down best coach I ever seen. You know, and he's his father's product. You know, and his father was the same thing. Disciplined. Everybody's on point. Everybody sleep early. Everybody woke up early. Everybody eat on time. And I felt for me to be in his camp, I got in better shape, and I'm more focused. I feel like I'm fighting, but UFC 302, Islam Makhachev, Dustin Poirier, one of the most dangerous guys in the division. You know, what a great opportunity he got. I respect him very much, but sometimes wrong time, wrong place. Islam Makhachev right now is the pound for pound king, best, greatest fighter right now. And he's on his way to be one of the greatest fighters ever. If he keep going, everything he's been doing. He finished 6 of his last 7 opponents by dominant. And let's see what happens Saturday night. We all respect Dustin. I think he's very dangerous. Great human being too. And I'm glad he got that opportunity. Good for him. And big risk, big reward. He have everything to win, nothing to lose. Islam have everything to gain from this fight to continue on to his legacy, Khabib father legacy. He write his own chapter of greatness.
I love to hear you offer the respect to Dustin Poirier because, like you said, I think he's universally respected by everybody as a man and as a fighter. But I'll say this, at the press conference, things got a little bit chippy. They got a little bit emotional. So let me ask you what you thought of the interaction between those two guys. And from Islam's point of view, man, did this thing get a little bit more emotional, a little bit more personal after they kind of went at it?
No, brother. You can get emotional with these guys from Dagestan, man. These guys, they call this, they come. I think, in America, people drop the MF word very easily, and he said it to Islam, but he doesn't mean it by that. And he's like, hey, I'm not from here. Don't talk to me this way. And when I first come to America, I didn't know better. And I don't like nobody to call me this word, like the MF word. And Islam just, let him know, hey, don't talk to me this way. And I think Dustin got it, and everything was good. And listen, this guy's been training for 10 weeks. The tempo's up. Everything is emotional, and anything expected. Anything expected. But this is 2 warriors, 2 legends gonna fight each other. But I'm telling you right now, Islam Makhachev, he might be on his way to one of the greatest fighters ever, in my opinion. Technically sound, striking, wrestling, kickboxing, grappling, conditioning. The man is something I never see anyone have the same skill level he does.
See, it's interesting you say that, right? Because I'm thinking about this. Islam wins on Saturday night. Does he start to separate? I'm just curious if maybe you think he starts to separate himself from the legacy of Khabib Nurmagomedov, or if he even cares, right? Because I feel like even now he's a little bit in the shadow of Khabib because Khabib is such this amazing, legendary superstar, but maybe he doesn't care about this. But if he wins Saturday night, now he ties the record, right? Most consecutive lightweight title defenses. Islam, does he start to have his own journey, or does that even matter to him? Does he care if people are always comparing him to Khabib or always considering maybe in Khabib's shadow a little bit?
There's no such thing comparison. This whole thing started with a vision by Khabib's father, Uncle Abdul Manap. After that, Khabib become the champion. The second chapter of the history of the story of this small country of Dagestan, Islam Makhachev become a champion. After that, Umar is going to become a champion. After that, Usman going to become a champion. These guys complete each other legacies. No jealousy. It's no me. It's no him. It's us. It's brotherhood. All this kind of try to compare. Khabib have his time. He's don't want to talk to the media. He don't want to be on TV. He wants to be left alone. Now this is Islam time. You know what I'm saying? And Khabib wanted to have his time. You understand? If you guys want to compare them, this, you know, you can compare them all you want. Islam Makhachev right now, he's the greatest fighter living in a combat sport right now, pound for pound king. He can beat Usyk's ass, Tyson Furier's ass, Anthony Joshua's ass, anybody. He can beat anybody's ass. I believe Islam Makhachev can beat the welterweight champion, the middleweight champion right now. He might beat Alex Pereira too. Styles make fights. I'm sorry. So, one time, I watched Islam Makhachev in the same training session. He's finished Vasante, Marvin, Ankalaev, all back to back in the same training session. And I saw it. And they all know, it's no secret, Islam Makhachev is a bad man. This is who he is.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, well, all right. Well, so you kind of said it right there. So that was kind of my curiosity as well. Like, there's a lot of talk of Islam, you know, moving up to welterweight maybe. But again, that lightweight title defense record is there. So
Brother.
what's and let's say Arman Sarukin is out there wanting a little rematch as well. So what
Brother,
I mean,
brother, is the most important. Nobody else matters. The most important on Saturday night, UFC 202. Dustin Poirier, one of the most dangerous guy in the division. He can turn your light off. There's nobody overlooking him. The Islam studying him. We all studying him. Islam have guys just like him in camp, all camp. Nobody's overlooking it. There's no other talk should be talk right now but Dustin Poirier. This is my opinion.
That's a great way to say it. Well, a great way to say it. Well, a win would open a lot of options, so we'll see. Listen, since we're talking about welterweight, let's talk about some of the other things outside of UFC 302. You've got Belal Muhammad. He's ready to challenge Leon Edwards at UFC 304. I guess first, Ali, what took so long to get this man his title shot? Because Belal was deserving of this thing for a long time. What happened? What did it take so long?
Honestly, I wasn't worried about it because Dana White gave me his word, and Dana White always come through for me. Like anybody know about Dana White? If he give you his word, he gonna follow. You understand? And I wasn't sweating it. Belal was calling me every day. I say, hey, relax, everything will be good. Belal gonna go to Manchester. He may be arrested for what he's gonna do to Leon. I really believe so. And I think they need extra security because things might get out of hand. You know, I personally don't have problem with Leon, but I think Belal does. And I manage his brother. You know, his brother, is a great guy. I don't know Leon really. I know one time he talked shit, and he said, my coach gonna beat Belal manager. Hey, have him come beat me. Good luck with that. But it's all good, man. It's gonna be fun. Listen, Leon, he beat Kobe. It looked impressive, honestly. Now we're gonna fight Belal. I believe Belal should come on top. It's a tough fight, but you can't take away from the man accomplished. He's now the champion. Belal is the challenger. Belal gonna go to Manchester, fight him in his whole soil. And the best man is gonna win. I believe Belal will beat him. But this is what I think, and that's what I have to say.
I love it. I'm looking forward to that one. I'm just glad to see him finally getting a shot, especially given the history they have together and then the win streak he put together. It just makes sense. All right, let's talk about the former champ, Kamaru Usman. I saw him talking briefly about Jan Blachowicz. Now he says maybe that doesn't make sense. But man, 170, 185. I mean, obviously Usman's still a very, very big name in this division, in this sport. What's the plan with him right now? Are you guys making any deals for him?
Listen, Kamaru Usman, Khabib may call him the greatest of all the time, John Jones. The most gangster of all the time is Kamaru Usman. You don't need a camp. You don't need a weight class. He can fight you anywhere. And this is one guy, he's a BMF. He really a BMF. He fought Hamzat on 10 days notice. He was in Europe on a fashion show when I called him. He flew back. got his clothes, and flew to Abu Dhabi. You understand? Kamaru Usman is a living legend. I truly believe if he get his health together, he's recovering right now, he can come back and run and win a title easily. Easily. You understand? It doesn't matter who. I believe Kamaru can beat anybody on any given day. This is my opinion.
Has he given you any indication when he comes back what weight class he wants to do it at?
I want him to fight at welterweight.
Yeah.
I don't know what he wants, but that's what I want.
Well, we'll pay attention. Hopefully he heals up. We'll see. Let me ask you about flyweight. We're talking about UFC 304. I spoke to Manel Kape. He says, look, I go in there, I beat Islam Makhachev. That's a title shot. Let me ask you, is he on to something? That flyweight's kind of wide open right now. I mean, it's a little bit of an interesting division. Do you believe a title shot's on the line?
Manel is a star. You know, like, listen, UFC is business about making money and selling pay-per-view. Manel a guy with personality, the style of fight, he can do that. But you also have Amir Albazi. He might be fighting. Actually, we got offered to fight Marino, and Marino turned it down at the Spear. Marino turned it down. Now there's other talk about maybe Amir fighting Rovial. You know, we're going to see what happens.
That's a great one as well. You think is he going to be ready by the Sphere? I know he was on the mend and healing up, like you said.
He'll be ready. He'll be ready. Amir will be ready. September, McMahon no, UFC no, he's ready.
I love it. Two big names at flyweight, a lot of options. Like you said, an open division right now. Let me ask you about Kayla Harrison, since we're talking about titles. I know she said she wants to fight for a title before the year's up. What's the path for you to make that happen? Is there a possibility that she could fight for a UFC title by the end of this year?
I think what happened, it's kind of a little bit sad. I think Kayla was offered a title fight, but the champion of the division, she said, you know, she's going to retire if Kayla fought for the title. She want to fight Juliana. And of course, she's a champion. They want to fight. And we don't want her to retire, you know. And Kayla will fight the number 1 contender match, hopefully maybe on the same card, you know, maybe on the same card later on this year. But, you know, people said she can't make weight. She can't do this. She's too big to do. And she go there, dominated a legend like Holly Holm. Holly Holm is a legend. I don't care what everybody said. You make Holly Holm look she's not belong with her. But guess what? She's going to do this to the champion. She will do this to Juliana. She will do this to anybody they want. If your name have F as female, you will get fucked up by Kayla Harrison.
I love that. I love that. Look, well, I don't want to be too presumptuous, right? Because like you said, it sounds like she's got to have a number 1 contender fight. It sounds like then maybe a title fight if she's victorious there. But I do have to ask you what you thought about the Amanda Nunes
but they offer,
video.
No, they offer us another fight, but he wouldn't take it.
So you're still waiting?
No, they offered Aljamain Sterling, but Aljamain Sterling said he don't want to fight him. I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm serious. It's check. They offer us Aljamain Sterling, and Aljamain Sterling turned Kayla down.
We're checking on that one. I'm going to have to check your sources on that one.
Yeah. Please check. I'm serious. Okay. Yeah.
You're crazy. All right, let me ask you about Amanda Nunes. I'm sure you saw the Amanda Nunes video. I used to never like asking Kayla about Amanda because it seemed like she wanted to be respectful and not cause a problem at ATT, but things have changed a little bit, right? So do you believe that's a fight that happens at some point?
Amanda Nunes have left her coaches, left the ATT, one of the best gym ever, left Dan Lambert, the guy who changed her life, because one person, her name is Kayla Harrison, she left. She couldn't stand to be in the same room as her. Because when they trained, Kayla beat her ass. And now I can talk about it. Kayla beat her ass pole to pole. Amanda left crying every day they trained. This is what exactly happened. Now they're not teammates, I can talk. Kayla made it quick. She made her cry, and she made her left to the gym, left her friend, left her family. Do you really think Amanda Nunes will come back to tarnish her legacy against Kayla Harrison? I don't believe it. I think Amanda Nunes needs hype. She wants to be relevant. She's feeling lonely. And the only reason she can feel relevant to mention Kayla's name. That's what I think.
Wow. Bold claims. I'm torn because I never wanted to see it. I mean, I do want to see. I've always wanted to see it. Actually,
I always want to see it. I don't care. I don't give a shit if ETT or ATT or whatever. I want to see it because Amanda Nunes was the best female fighter at the time. But if she lost her mind and she wants to come back, Kayla will beat her ass like she stole candy from the grocery store.
Wow. Well,
that's what
challenge is laid.
I know what happened in this room. Kayla make her quit. She make her cry. That's what she did to her.
Wow. Well, the challenge is laid. Well, Ali,
Amanda, if you want to prove me wrong, and I respect Amanda as a fighter, I don't know as a person, I respect it. But if you want to prove me wrong, come back and come get this work. Kayla Harrison, Amanda Nunes for the title. 2020.
I'm in. Sign me up. I wanted to see it back in the day. I just never pushed it.
145, whatever she wants. You have to understand, man. Like, we see Amanda Nunes quit. You never see Kayla quit. She will make her quit.
Wow. All right. Strong claims there. We'll see what happens. That would be amazing if she comes back. That would be incredible. All right, Ali, I did want to ask you about your tweet. You said it. Some promoters ruining and playing with a lot of people's lives. You came back and clarified, hey, guys, don't assume this tweet has anything to do with the PFL. These guys are as solid as they come. Stay tuned. Is there anything you can elaborate on now? Do you want to lay any more information as to what you're referring to? Can you talk more about that now?
I'll talk a little bit about it. Like me, I like to do business behind closed door. I have some friendship I like to protect. I have people I respect involved with other people. But if you're a promoter and you sign a fighter and you think you can put a fighter not fighting for 12 months or 2 years or a year and a half, or he beat your favorite fighter, you should not be a promoter. You should release this fighter or just stop being a promoter. Or if you're a promoter and a guy is making 10 and 10 and ask him, I'll let you fight to give you 2 and 2, you should go to jail. And this was going on. This is what's happening. I'm not going to say who, when, because I want to solve this. I want to solve this as a man because I feel I still have faith. But a lot of people out there, they claim they martial artists and they claim a lot of things. But at the end of the day, we all can claim your action, who define who you are as a person. I have a big mouth. But when I talk, I'm going to make sure I'm going to be fair and I'm going to get people to defend themselves. That's all I'm going to say. But for now, I am good. I'm good. And we'll keep it at that.
Fair enough.
Don't hold people hostages. Don't people have hostages. Fighters, they have short window to make money. If you think you can assign guys and put them on ice, don't just release them. If you're not going to give them fight. If you run out of money, it's okay. People go out of business every day, But don't try to be, you claim you are sell steak and lobsters, but you are a McDonald's. You understand? That's it. And listen, I know I speak Arabic. I know the Saudis. I know the Qataris. I know the Emiratis. And they're all my people. And I have the highest level of contact in each of these countries. And if you try to invest money and get money, I'll call these people and tell them exactly what's going on. I have no problem doing it. If you think you're going to hold a poor guy from Brazil or from Africa or from country, this is all they have. Just be fair. We all have a good life. And these fighters, that's all they have. And I'm asking. Just don't do to people why somebody don't want to do to you. That's it.
All right. Well, I appreciate that added detail. We look forward to maybe hearing more about who, where, things of that nature in the future.
I hope not. I hope I don't need to talk about people. This is not what I do. This is not what I do. But I'll leave it at that.
Fair enough. Well, I appreciate that. Well, Ali, I know you're a busy man. I know it's hard for us to get together and get the scheduling done. But I guess last thing, man, I know you're fully behind your man. You believe that he's going to get this done on Saturday night. But what do you see with Islam Makhachev? How does this thing play out on Saturday night? I know you got a lot of respect for Dustin Poirier, but what do we see at UFC 302?
Listen, man, it's a fight. Anything can happen. I don't want to be cocky, but I know Islam's abilities. I think Islam can win everywhere. I really do. But I think what I want to see Islam do, take Dustin down, ground and pound, and finish him. And submit him or finish him, and maybe guillotine him. I don't know. Choke him. I like Dustin. He's a great guy. I don't want to see anyone get hurt. Anybody. Even if my worst enemy, these guys put their heart and soul inside this cage, and I want everybody to go ahead and fight and shake hands and go back to their family safe.
That's awesome, man. Well said. That is the truth, man. Well, Ali, I know you're busy, so thank you very much for taking the time, and we look forward to Saturday night UFC 302 on pay-per-view in the Prudential Center in New Jersey.
Let's go. Thank you, brother.